Hello and happy Thanksgiving or preparation for Thanksgiving. For all of you who are stateside, this is one of my Get Real with Meshell moments where I want to share with you some way to create more impactful and, fulfilling Thanksgiving. So I want you to think Thanksgiving, right? Not the holiday, not the food, but the actual part of being in Thanksgiving. So think is an acronym that you may have seen in memes, but I just want to share it with you in a different manner. So number one is the T. Is it truthful? So when you are engaging in conversation with people, even the word think, when people say I think, might, maybe, is that truthful or are you making it up? And the same can be said for someone else. So if someone says something that I think might maybe, and you feel like it might be hurtful, realize they're making it up. So internalizing it or giving of that manner to someone else might not be in the best interest of creating a Thanksgiving environment or emotion or feeling for all involved. H, is it helpful? Again, goes back to the truthful. Is this something that's going to leave somebody feeling better off for having heard it? If not, then why are you saying it? Put it through the litmus test of Thanksgiving. Is it something that someone could be thankful having heard, right? Is it interesting? Again, it may be interesting to you, and is it interesting to the other parties? I am amazed at how many conversations I find myself in where I am not at all in the least bit interested, and I'm feigning it out of being polite to the other person. And I also think sometimes in those moments, I probably do the same thing to other people, right? I might be talking about stuff that people have no interest in, and they're feigning interest just to be polite. So understand that's a big possibility as well. And N, is it nurturing? So the nurturing means, does it leave someone inspired, fulfilled? Does it ignite their confidence? My favorite term. Does it uplift them to believe in possibility? So again, if someone's telling you something that they're hoping and they're wishing for, instead of shooting it down and finding out what's wrong with it, if you don't know how to be nurturing in a conversation, ask a question. That's the simplest way to nurture someone, because then they're heard and they get to expand on it. The rule of thumb for great people who are connecting people, or people who want to, or people who other people want to be around, is they listen twice as much as they talk. And a great way to listen is to ask questions, and you can nurture the conversation. And the last alphabet is K. Is it kind? So going back to that, that is the test for me for almost everything, is thinking of that thing, thinking before I speak. So I think Thanksgiving. The goal is that I create an environment where people are enjoying. Now, that doesn't mean it's always going to be perfect and it'll go that way. You have some people who are just not happy people, cantankerous, mad, and straight out just nasty people. So you won't move the needle in some of those cases. And it will still leave you better off because you have followed a guideline, you have followed a strategy, you have followed the steps to hold the integrity for being someone who is leaves people better off regardless of what other people do. And it helps you keep your emotional barometer, and it helps you create a barrier and boundaries for other people who may want to take you outside of that. So again, think Thanksgiving and you'll have a more enjoyable holiday. And again, for those who are stateside, absolutely family and friends. For those of you who are not, you can think Thanksgiving any day of the week, any conversation, any moment, and it will leave you having impacted others much more better. Have a great holiday, and I'll see you on Friday. I'm taking tomorrow off.